What's up, everybody, and welcome to another RCQ vlog, this time for October 12th. And I wanted to open this up with something a little bit different. We'll have past me talk about how I was feeling, what the tournament is. We'll have him talk about that. But future me here, we're going to talk about the deck that I use. So let's go ahead and dive into this and show the deck I walked into the tournament with. So this is going to be a pretty standard Boros energy package here. We're running 4 Ajani, 4 Amped Raptor, 4 Guided Souls, and 4 Ocelot Prides. We trimmed one of the Phlages down to 3, and that was so that we could fit in 4 Galvanic Discharges, 3 Lightning Bolts, 4 One Rings, 2 Blood Moons, 2 Goblin Bombardments, and 4 Static Shards. So the whole thought here was more energy stacks with full Amped Raptor, and full Galvanic Discharge, so that we have opportunities to keep things in the prison with Static Prison, as well as kill big things if we need to. So generate a lot of energy to kill big things if we need to. And then on the lands, I don't know if this is a standard land package, but it's something I like to do with 2 Ether Hubs, 2 Arena of Glories, just increase my chance a little bit to be able to exert the Arena of Glory, specifically that Phlage, pulling that out of the graveyard, giving it haste right away, so you get to be able to do 3 damage just because it entered, and then you get to attack with it and do 3 damage again. So if they have a 6/6 on the other side of the board, you can just wipe it out, and then now I'm attacking with a 6 right to the face and gaining some healing along the way. You always got to rock your 4 Arid Mesas. Maybe something a little different is I did put in 1 Iganjo. That has saved me sometimes to have an extra 4 damage that I can do something attacking or blocking. And then we mix up the sacrifice lands here. So I did a Flooded Strand, a Marsh Flats, and then 2 Windswept Heaths. That's just in case things like Pithing Needle or random stuff, I still have ways to pull out various land cards that I may need. And then we rock 2 plains and a mountain. The 2 plains is really nice because if we do Blood Moon, we've went and searched for our 2 plains, put our 2 plains in, and then we get a red source, play Blood Moon, and now we can literally play any combination of our cards that we could potentially have. So that's the whole reason behind the 2 plains, 1 mountain. On the sideboard, I'm doing something a little different. I've pulled out the Gigantha. I know probably not very common to do so, but I wanted the extra slots. So in place of that, I'm running 2 Blood Moons. So if I need to, I can run a total of 4 Blood Moons, really increase my chance to get Blood Moon on the table. Damping Sphere, that's specifically in there for the Eldrazi decks. It works really well against Ruby Storm as well, and Jeskai Energy. So it's a nice card to have in there for a couple reasons. Fearfire Foes is mostly in there just for the mirror matchups or anybody that's running a 1 ring. For a turn, I can get rid of that protection they have from the 1 ring, get in and do damage. Also, it's a nice little board wipe. We're running 3 Obsidian Charmaws. Again, that's for your Eldrazi decks, your colorless decks, be able to destroy those lands. Orum's Chant. This is a flex slot. I've been putting Orum's Chant in there. You can do some tricky stuff with it. I might replace this slot with something else. And then, of course, Thraben's Charm has been doing some work lately. It gives us a couple options. It can deal damage equal to twice the number of creatures you control to a target creature. So, you got 3 creatures, you can take out a 6/6. You got 4 creatures, an 8/8, right? Specifically, that 8/8's important because of freaking Murktides. Right, so that's Murktide Regents. So that's really nice. Plus the Graveyard Hate. Plus we can destroy enchantment if we need to. We don't really run into too much in the enchantment space that I need to get rid of. But the Graveyard Hate and the ability to do some damage is really nice. And so this is the package I ran with for this RCQ. So what we're going to do is go check in with the guy on the day of and see how he's feeling. What's up, everybody, and welcome to tournament vlog number 1 for the RCQ on October 12th. This is just gonna be a quick check-in, talk to you about how I feel. So I've been getting up earlier all week at around 7, 8 o'clock, sometimes at 6:30. So I got up early today, managed to get a workout in. So blood's been pumped. You know, we're feeling good, physically and mentally, for the tournament. I think future me has cut to me after doing a deck review. So you'll have a good idea of what deck I went into this tournament with from future me. But I just wanted to touch base, explain how I feel. I'm a good 13 minutes early, so I'm not super rushed. But overall, I feel pretty good, ready to go. I've practiced this deck quite a few times on MTGO. My focus for today is really just sequencing, not missing triggers, and just playing really solid, clean Magic, and see what will happen. So we'll go check in with future me and set up the next part. Thanks, Pass Me. Appreciate that. So as you can see, that guy was feeling good. The workout really helped. You got the blood flowing first thing in the day. It wasn't a super long drive. It was only about 25 minutes from where I live. So I was ready to go. It was a nice day out. You could see the sun was out. And I think we have something really exciting to share with Pass Me. So let's go check in with him and see what happened. What's up, everybody? This is tournament vlog number 2. At the end of the day, I don't know if you can tell by the shit-eating grin on my face, but I won it. I took it. It was a smaller RCQ, but it was still an RCQ. There was 4 players there, including myself, and all 3 players were playing some form of Dimir. The first round I played against a person I know locally here, and they were running more of a Dimir Murktide version, where they had the Murktide Regent, and ended up going 2-0, I believe, in that match, or 2-1. I can't recall. I won the match. I'm over the moon about it, but. Speaking of the moon, Blood Moon did some work for me, for sure, but ended up winning that game. And then the next game would be the finals game. So it's a single elimination tournament, which made it a lot scarier, right? There's no room for messing up. And then the next person I played, they took game 1. I took game 2 just by being crazy cat lady, made a bunch of cats, threw a bunch of cats, made a bunch of life, and managed to get through and win with that. And then the game 3 though was incredibly stressful. Managed to get down a turn 3 Blood Moon, and the Blood Moon just carried. They only had one access to 1 swamp. The rest of their lands were non-basic lands, and so they weren't able to do much. They were able to flash in a couple Bowmasters and take me out. They did a crap ton of damage to me with flashing in a Bowmaster when I had my ring at like 3 or 4 or something like that. And then they did had fatal pushes, so they kept clearing my board. So it was a little bit of a grinder to get it to the end there. But in the last couple turns, I just kind of built a board state, was able to continuously do damage with a flip to Johnny. It was like the second flip to Johnny in that game. So it was quite a bit of a grinder. And the person I was playing just was absolutely stoic. Like I thought they had it. Like I felt like I'm like, I should have the advantage here. But they just stone cold faced it. They played confidently and comfortable. And I'm over here just stressing. I'm like, I don't know what to do. There was one time I literally put my hands on my head. I'm like, I don't know the most optimal play here. Cause like this stupid Bowmaster is going to kill me because of the ring. And then like the ring's going to kill me. And I'm like, do they have a counter spell, that I'm not aware of? Like, I think there's some counter spells in the deck that they can just pitch cards rather than pay for it. So I was expecting that. So I'm trying to like bait them with a couple cards, like Static Prisons, to like clear their board. And another, I forget, I think I played another card, an Amped Raptor. I played another Amped Raptor. I'm like just trying to like bait them to use a counter spell so that I could play my One Ring to save myself next turn. Cause I think I was at 7 health and my One Ring was up to like 3 or 4, and so it was going to just absolutely butcher me. And I'm like, I need to get my second One Ring down to stop the damage from coming through. And then I think next turn I managed to like flage and do a couple other things, got some life back. Was really struggling on getting life back though. They kept killing my guided souls and my ocelot pride, so like I had a really hard time gaining life to stay alive. But it got down to the wire. I think I had seven life left when I finally took the game. So super stoked. We met our goal. Our general goal is to get the 2 wins, and the 2 wins this time was enough to actually take it because it was a smaller RCQ. Like I am trying to just keep in mind, like, hey, this was a smaller event. Like, you know, I did well. I think in the first match I played, I did miss a few triggers, but I really buttoned up in the second match I played and didn't miss anything, and just tried to play as clean as I could, and make sure I just had I was doing everything correctly, wasn't missing the trigger, right, had the right line, was, you know, playing around cards I knew that they had, doing as much as I could to play good, clean, solid Magic with my deck, knowing what the opponent had. So I was I felt a lot better about the second match. I made a lot of errors in the first match, but just keeping in mind it is a smaller RCQ, so I'm not trying to downplay it, because we did take it. We did get the bid. We're going to the regional championships, but at the same time, like, you know, you want to continue to push yourself. You want to continue to play more players. You want to continue to, you know, get through the grind, because when you get to these RC or regional championships, they're all day events. You're playing tons of matches, and so I need also practice in like lengthy days as well, because I have noticed in a few of my other matches, or a few of the other RCQs that I've attended, getting really tired at the end, and I'm only playing 5 matches. So building up that endurance, that mental endurance, making sure I'm, you know, doing everything I can to stay mentally sharp. So for me, that means eating healthy, eating prior to going to the event. Don't go in hungry. I've done that a few times. Like, there used to be this old sports adage, like, what was it, like, play hungry, be hungry. So it was like a way to like keep you sharp. And that only works for short-term things. Otherwise, you're just like, you don't have energy. So like it really kind of worked well for like wrestling, for instance, what I used to do. Like, and then you could eat small snacks in between, but don't eat anything big, because you get sluggish and you get tired and all of that fun stuff, right? So I kind of went into these tournaments the same way, because I would feel mentally sharp until about halfway through the day, and then obviously I just didn't have enough sugar. I didn't have enough energy and food. So like that means, like I said, eating right, snacking throughout the day, light snacks. Don't do anything heavy. Try to exercise, staying up on my exercise. Like, all of those things help me stay mentally sharp longer and be on. If anybody knows what I mean by that, like, you got to be on top of your game. You got to be on top of your mental state. Like, you got to be on for that long a time, and that's difficult. It's really difficult to be on for that long. So that is something I need to continue to work on and continue to push. So I'm going to be attending more RCQs. There's 2 RCs coming up, so I want to be able to have a bid for both of those. So we're going to continue to grind RCQs as they come up. And crazy story on this, just to hit me. I was debating whether or not I was going to come, because I was thinking of the wrong location. I had this all mixed up. This particular game store has 2 locations. One is like 25 minutes from where I live. The other one's like 45 minutes away from where I live. And forever I was like, oh, it's the one that's 45 minutes away. It's the one that's 45 minutes away. And I was like, for some reason, I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't want to drive. I didn't want to go all the way out there. You know, it was a long week. I don't know. There's a bunch of things. But this morning I got up early. I got a workout in. I got some food in me, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go. And then I was ready to go the 45 minutes. Then I do some last minute checks, like grab the address and all that stuff. And it ends up being the location that's 20 minutes from me. I'm like, perfect. Awesome. makes the day a little bit better. So like, long story short, I almost didn't come. I almost made the decision not to come. And so that's a crazy turnaround to go from like almost not going to showing up, winning the thing, and now we have a bid to the next RC. So I'm super, super stoked about it. I'm above the moon. I'm like, I'm grinning ear to ear about this. Like, I'm super excited, but I know it's not over. Like, I have to stay focused. Like, it's not over. You got to continue to push through. You gotta work your way through big tournaments as well. There's a lot of endurance required for those, and you can't play sloppy. Like I said, I played sloppy in my first match a couple times, and so I really need to just button that up and go in solid into the next one. So yeah, I'm just super stoked and like just super excited. It feels really good to have this. I don't know how many of these I've attended now. I don't think it's quite a dozen, but I'm up there like 8, 9, 10 RCQs. And got it. I got it. So a lot of the practice has been playing off. MTGO has been playing off. I'm getting in more and more reps with the deck. I'm able to build the deck and then test it for the week prior. Doing leagues with the deck has really helped as well in MTGO. What is not helping is the triggers and the sequence of play. So that, like, I was so sloppy that first match. Oh my God. I can't believe I pulled it out. But yeah, I missed a bunch of stuff. So more practice, stay humble, keep your head in it, and keep pushing. We need to get a second bid to be able to attend both RCs next quarter in 2025, and just make it happen. Right, we're trying to live our dream here. We're trying to get that we're documenting that path to pro, right? I don't know, I'm stumbling over my words. I'm just excited. It feels amazing. But like I said, I'm just trying to, we'll come down from the high, like feel the enjoyment, feel good about what you've done, but realize there's still a lot of work to do. And that's what I'm trying to do. Just realize there's a bunch of work ahead of me. You can't rest on your laurels, and anything that you do, this is just one foot in front of the other, and we're making slow and steady progress, and we got to keep doing that and keep working towards that. So all that to be said, that's going to cap out my day for the tournament vlog. We'll cut to future me here to close this out. So future me, take it from here. Thanks, past me. And what a ride. Oh my God. As you could tell, I was so excited for the result. I'm not trying to detract from it in any way. Like, it felt good. Obviously, the size of the tournament wasn't ideal. I would love for it to have happened at an 8 or a 16 or 32 person tournament, but it happened at a 4. And the players we played were good players. I've run into those players at other tournaments. They top 8 all the time, top 4 all the time. So the players I played were good, and I can't hold it against myself too much around the size of the tournament. We have the bid. We're going to the RC, and we're super excited about it. And I was just excited to be able to share the journey with you. So if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on how you would feel if you made it to the next stage, or how you feel about the size of the tournament. I'm curious as well. I've talked to a few people about it. But if you want to know and follow along on some guy trying to live out his dream and qualify for the Magic the Gathering Pro Tour, this is the channel for you. I do everything from these vlogs to Bronze to Mythic runs, or try to, in Magic Arena. And we even do some news pieces and some league runs in MTGO. So all the support's appreciated. All the love is appreciated. And until next time, we'll catch you at the table.